What's going on, sports fans? Welcome to this episode of KFR Sportscast. I am BG, and we are going to get into some BG pick'ems. So basically, we're going over week 2 in the NFL. You've seen the heel, seen Big Sexy. Now it's my turn. All right, some of these may be the same, some of them might be different. Who knows? But you know what? Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, first game up that we got is Thursday Night Football. Again, our first official Thursday night presented by, Amazon Prime. Two teams coming off of great wins, very gritty wins. But I think Buffalo's going to take this one in Miami. Again, it's not during the heat of the day. It's a nighttime primetime game. So give me Buffalo in this matchup. All right, next game up that we got is the Vegas Raiders versus the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore just barely missed on that opening game of the season against Kansas City. I mean, literally, if he was a half a shoe size smaller, it'd have been a touchdown. But go ahead and give me the Ravens to win this game. I think Lamar Jackson keeps rolling. They're kind of pissed off that they lost that Kansas City game. So go ahead and give me the Ravens to beat the Raiders. All right, the LA Chargers and the Carolina Panthers. I mean, there's not much to say about the Carolina Panthers. I'll be completely honest. There's not a whole lot to say other than you're not ready yet. When your fan base tickets are going for $1.80 a seat, ooh, that's rough. And the Chargers looked okay, right? I mean, Justin Herbert's coming into this season without Keenan Allen, without Austin Eckler, without Mike Williams, right? Those big name targets that he's had the last few years. But he's making do with what he's got, man. And I think he continues that. Now, the Chargers have been known to play down to their competition. So that worries me, but I don't think it's going to worry me enough. I think they take care of Carolina pretty easily. All right, New Orleans and Dallas. Two teams that literally came out shooting. Dallas put a whooping on Cleveland. I mean, the Saints marched all over Carolina. So with that being said, we know that Dak Prescott can play really well during the regular season, right? So I'm not too worried about Dallas. Dallas has been very good during the regular season. Dak's played really well during the regular season. Is New Orleans for real, though? Or was it just Carolina? Because if it was just Carolina, I mean, then Derek Carr went off as he should. But, now Derek Carr is going to play a defense. This may be a biased pick because I don't want New Orleans to win because they're in my division. But I think Dallas has the slight edge here. Dallas's defense is doing well. Dak just got paid. He's feeling good. I think Dallas takes this one home. All right, Tampa Bay versus Detroit. If you guys watched my schedule release video, a month back or so, I don't have Tampa winning this game. And if you look at my last video from one-on-one with BG, I still don't, right? I'm not confident. Do I think we hang around in this game? Absolutely. But Detroit at home, we saw what they could do against the Rams. Just give me Detroit. I don't want to take too much time on this one. Just give me Detroit. I think Detroit wins this one. Indianapolis and Green Bay. Anthony Richardson. Wow. I mean, I knew he was going to be good last season, right? I really love the way that he looked. He just kind of got outshined by CJ Stroud, which he did in week 1 here. Again, Malik Willis. Ooh, I mean, come on. No Jordan Love, no chance. Give me Indianapolis to win this game, and I think they win. I don't want to say easily, but pretty fairly. I think they win this game. How long does it take Cleveland to sit Deshaun Watson and start Jameis Winston? That will be my question this season. How long will that take? Because Deshaun Watson has looked like you've wasted $250 million, Cleveland. On the flip side of that, Jacksonville had that week 1 game in their hands and they just let it go, just like they did the division last year. Give me Jacksonville to win this game. I think they'll have their stuff together. Even though they lost last week, they looked more composed. Deshaun Watson just does not look like the same Deshaun Watson from a few years ago. All right, San Francisco and Minnesota. All right, so San Francisco, even without Christian McCaffrey, put the beating on the New York Jets in Monday Night Football. Shout out to the kid Jordan Mason for stepping up, undrafted free agent from here, right? He's originally from here, Middle Tennessee. So shout out to him. A lot of talking, the city's really proud of him. But Sam Darnold, again, was it one of those things where they were just playing against the Giants? So Sam Darnold just looked really good. Now Sam Darnold's going to go against a real team. And San Francisco's going to take this game, no doubt in my mind. Probably going to take it pretty easily. If this Mason kid keeps going off like he does, Christian McCaffrey can rest for as long as he wants then. The Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. New England shocked a lot of people last week winning that game against the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't think lightning strikes twice. I think Seattle takes care of New England. It's not a very hard decision. I was going to pick an upset here, but I just can't confidently pick an upset like that. All right, the New York Jets coming down to Tennessee to play the Tennessee Titans. Will Levis looked really good in that first half, but then Chicago was like, oh, Not gonna lie, they had us in the first half. Aaron Rodgers looked like he didn't play for a whole year and that he tore his Achilles. I mean, that's just exactly what he looked like. I'm still not sold on Will Levis, though. I think the Jets have a pretty good defense. I think San Francisco just had a better offense on Monday night. So I'm going to look at the Jets to win this game. All right, the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. Divisional matchup. Washington looked really good. Well, not really good, but Jaden Daniels looked really good, fairly composed. He settled in a little bit. He scored 2 touchdowns against Tampa Bay last week. I think that success continues for him. I think Washington gets the dub here, and New York just needs to figure out something to do with Daniel Jones. The Giants in winning won't come up in conversation very much. Those two things will not be put together very much this season. Throwing it out there. All right, the Rams and the Cardinals here. Again, divisional matchup. 2 tough losses for these teams. Both teams lost. They had big comebacks or leads and just heartbreaking losses. Matthew Stafford, super gritty. Gonna go into Arizona. I think he's gonna redeem himself. Even without Puka Nacua, he still got Cooper Kupp. I think he's a little pissed off. Kyler Murray, I wasn't very high on Kyler Murray anyways. Although I do have Marvin Harrison Jr. on my fantasy team. I think he'll do better than he did last week. Without Aaron Donald tormenting Kyler Murray, I think this becomes a better game than most will think. But give me the Rams to win this game. All right, Pittsburgh going into Denver. If you're Chris Boswell, you're pretty happy about this because you got the nice mile-high stadium. So if you're going to kick field goals and not score a touchdown, you can probably kick from 75. Yeah, Pittsburgh, a game without scoring a touchdown. Most unheard of. I'll be completely honest. Denver, Bo Nix. I like Bo Nix. I like that he is paired up with Sean Payton. I think learning and being coached under Sean Payton is going to be good for Bo Nix. I said it last week. It's going to take a little bit of time. I like it, but give me... You know what? I'm going to take the Broncos here. I'm going to take the upset here. I think the way that Bo looked last week against Seattle, I like it. I'm going to take the Denver Broncos in this matchup. This is probably going to be one of my upsets. All right, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. Normally, I would say this is going to be a great game to watch because I love seeing Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes go at it, but I just feel like it hasn't been the same the last year and a half or so. Really, there was like that first year after the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. And, this matchup was really exciting, and then it kind of just died off from that. Give me Patrick Mahomes because even though Baltimore took away Travis Kelce in that game, I think, they still have pieces to get it done. They still have Isaiah Pacheco. Xavier Worthy is a Tyreek Hill reincarnated. Give me Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes is going to stay around with these guys. All right, Sunday Night Football, the Bears and the Houston Texans. Looking at the future of the NFL, you would have thought that the future was Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. I guess the future has come early. Caleb Williams did not look great. The Bears defense looked fantastic against Tennessee. Now, granted, it was Tennessee, but they looked great. And special teams. Houston, all around, looked really good. They can tighten up on defense a little bit more. They almost let the Colts back into that game that they played. CJ Stroud picking up exactly where he left off last year. Give Caleb Williams a few games. I'm not super sold high on Caleb Williams like the heel is, but I'm not probably a little bit higher than Big Sexy, honestly. I think that he's definitely got the talent and he's got the pieces. I give him probably 2 or 3 more games and for him to settle in. And this is going to be a big stage for him. But give me the Texans in this matchup just because CJ Stroud was more composed. He's more mature in that QB as far as that young QB goes. So give me Houston in this matchup. All right, and to cap off week 2, Monday Night Football, the Atlanta Falcons versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Again, the 3rd straight year that a Kirk Cousins-led team will be playing Philadelphia in week 2 in a primetime matchup. Big Sexy said fact check it. I fact checked it. It is true. Now, the Falcons lost to a team. First of all, how do you lose to a team that doesn't score a touchdown? How? Anyways, you have Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, Drake London, right? You have the weapons around you, and you're just going to get terrorized by this Philadelphia defense. You thought Pittsburgh was bad. Bruh, say hello to Jalen Carter for me, Kirk Cousins. I was supposed to be worried about Atlanta, but really, I'm not. You put any pressure on Kirk Cousins, He just folds like a chair. Anyways, Saquon Barkley looked great. I got him on my fantasy team, so I loved last week. I think he's going to continue success with the Philadelphia Eagles. Give me Philadelphia in this matchup. You know, even without Jason Kelce, I forget the name of who they moved to center, but he kind of shadowed Kelce last year. He did fantastic. So even with the absence of Kelce on that front line, I think Philadelphia still looked really good. So give me Philadelphia in this matchup. All right, guys, and that wraps it up for BG Pick'em. But like, comment, subscribe to all of our videos. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell so you can get those notifications. Down on the ticker below me is our social handle at KFR SPRTScast. Make sure you follow us, stay up to date on all the latest videos, and be on the lookout for our Week 2 recap coming up next week after the weekend and after all the NFL play. But until next time, guys, I am BG. This is KFR Sportscast. I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.